Hi, this is Corework Trainer Tips, and I'm going to discuss Mermaid with you. I'm Elizabeth, and I want to mention some things about when you start to bring this to a group setting, some tweaks you might need to make with some participants, and some cues you might need to give to make this exercise more efficient and effective. I'm sitting in what we call the mermaid position, but the tendency for a lot of people to get into this position is really challenging. You need a lot of internal and external rotation of the hips to achieve this movement. So I tell people either to side sit, and even then they feel like, okay, I'm really twisted onto one hip and kind of side bent. So you can tell people it's okay to have one knee like this and one leg out, and that actually puts them a little bit more perpendicular to the glide board, which is what we want, and allows for them to feel like they have a good base of support to move fluidly. So that's number one. Set people up for success, and even if they have to have their feet here, that's fine too. So when you're going through Mermaid, the next thing you think about the toe bar height. On this toe bar height, we're on position 3. And if you notice, if I push out, I'm going to have this tendency to kind of hike my shoulder up. And that's how I'm going to initiate the movement pattern with, versus kind of this pushing down and this retraction and retraction and rather depression of my shoulder blade is where we want it to start. I'm going to get this elevation and protraction effect as I push out. So the toe bar height's important. And a lot of times as the instructor, I'll go around and just lower this down all the way to the bottom. So now they feel like their arms slightly down, and you can cue that initiation of the movement from pushing through the heel of your hand, pushing down, retracting the shoulder blade back, and then pushing out. So that will allow for this lengthening effect on the side versus this kind of collapsing effect, which you might see a lot. So the cue again is to push down and back through the shoulder blade and push out so you have a length. The arm comes up and over, and that's when definitely the tendency is just to kind of go into that stretch, but you're still thinking long through the torso. When the arm comes back, it can rest on the glide board. Some people may want to reach for that top edge to feel more stable, especially if you feel like you're on a higher incline level like 3. They're going to feel a little bit topsy-turvy, so reach for that top edge of the glide board, and then the arm comes up and over. So the key with the Mermaid is to get people set up for success in their foot position first and how their legs are. Then you want to think about that toe bar height. Is it on 1 or is it on 2 or is it on 3? You can keep it on 2, but making that difference down to 1 really helps some people. Allow for that shoulder depression, allow for the retraction, and that initiation of really lengthening through the torso as you reach up and over. It's a beautiful exercise. It really stretches you out, but it's very easy to lose focus and just kind of collapse into that movement pattern. So watch that rib cage, cue lengthen the spine, cue a nice pressure through the heel of the hand. And again, the gaze is somewhat forward. It can even be down to the ground. And make sure you cue the gaze so they know where to put that cervical position into play. Hope that helps.